time for us to get our two Victor endings here. Obviously, I think the bad one is the obsessive creep. And the good one is going to be kissing him, at least in terms of dealing strictly with Victor. I guarantee you he has a knife, and if we say he's a bad man, he's going to stab us and throw us out of the Ferris wheel. So at least we'll get some laughs. Let's start with that one. You're an obsessive creep. What? You're joking, right? Oh no, I was worried this might happen. Worried? That I would think he's a creep? That once you learn the truth, you might get mad at me. I'm not the one you should hate, boy. I wasn't even involved. But that's fine. I just think it's funny how I'm the only one who thought to tell you the truth, but you think that I'm a creep, of all people. This is about the engagement, isn't it? So we're finally talking about that. I guess now you'll know too, string puller, and thus my audience. But just for the record, it was the furthest thing from my mind when I said that. Don't try and tell me that has nothing to do with this. I'm not stupid. I know how you've been mad at me. That's why I've tried to reach out to you so many times over the past 4 years, so I could apologize for what I did. Did he leave boy at the altar? The pianist is back. But I can't do that if you won't even give me the chance, boy. All I want is for us to move past that incident once and for all. Good luck with that, Victor, because I don't think I'll ever move past being forced to marry my best friend. Oh, is this like a Sembanala situation here, or what's going on? You weren't being forced. It was the most logical option for everyone involved. I love how he's rolling his eyes like, ugh. I mean, just think of why the whole thing was set up in the first place. It was set up to solidify our family's business connections for the next generation and make the wealthy even wealthier. What's there to think about? He must have lighted on her life with this arranged married. They didn't do it because Victor and I were friends. If the Everetts had still been around at that point, I would have had to marry one of their children instead. Is this set in, like, Victorian... like, when is this set? Everyone is interchangeable when you're buying a marriage. Wait, did no one ever tell you, boy? There was a lot more to it than that. My family needed our marriage in order to survive financially. It wasn't just a matter of perpetual growth. This is just between us, boy. But the Winterbone affairs have been in steady decline over the past decade or so. Excuse me, about to tweet all that. That's impossible. The Winterbones are a brand. Something that big doesn't just die out. Yeah, remember By Menon? You might think that, but couture is a business that can fail just like it. Couture? Okay, I'm not up on that word. Is that like Randy the Natural Couture? Is he like an MMA promoter? Because I could totally see an MMA brand going under, especially with UFC being as huge as it is. And just because this scarf I'm wearing costs $2,000 doesn't mean anyone will actually buy it. Never mind. Never mind. He's probably a wrestling guy. Chris Jericho would buy that scarf. Couture is fashion. Okay, so he's Randy the Natural Fashion. Got it. My family was very lucky to be able to know yours, and it was only because the two of us happened to meet at that funeral. They did an arranged marriage at a funeral? Wow, they move quick in the world of the rich. We got along, obviously, but it worked out well for my family, too. Your parents were great clients. They had 1 million formal functions to attend, and each one brought us even more publicity. Marrying me to you would have solidified those new connections for life, and then I'd have a purpose, instead of just burdening my family.
Yes, Victor, we don't have any time for you. Everything we do is centered around luxury scarves.
I mean, I'm not really good at anything other than modeling scarves. So it wasn't like I could do much else to help the label. I don't know who told Victor that his only use in life was to get married off, but it's not true. He's good at so many things, like being a creep. So I thought that the engagement was a great idea. We already spent all our time together. What difference would it make? And it wasn't like we would have had the wedding right away or anything. We were 14, of course not. Is this kind of like, it feels like, like when you're a kid and you ask to marry your babysitter. Like, did they really take it that seriously? I guess they did. But I guess you saw things differently. The only thing I remember is how quickly he agreed to the idea. The one time in life he had an opinion before checking it against mine first. Honestly, I still don't understand why you did what you did. Was it because you didn't like being told what to do? Or did you just hate the idea of marrying me that much? You wanted us to run away together on your family's yacht. So you must have liked me at least a little. Yes, yeah, you read that right, string puller. I may have tried to hijack a yacht with Victor back when we were 14. I don't really remember what was going through my head at the time. Hormones. I just didn't want to be home anymore. But I was so confident that the plan would work, right up until you'd fallen and broken your leg. Boy, you have to understand, I was so worried about you. I didn't know what to do. We were just two kids way in over our heads. We didn't even know how to sail that yacht. I called home because I was scared, not because I thought our parents were right. Please try to see my side of things here. I'm not sure I can. I've told myself over and over again for years that what happened was for the best. I know that. We couldn't really have run away and survived. But I think part of me will always be that 14-year-old with a broken leg, ready to jump overboard before I'd ever go home. I got into a lot of trouble over what happened that night. My parents were not happy about having to break off the engagement. And also the fact that you ended up with a broken leg and we tried to steal their yacht. I guess that was pennies in comparison. My mom screamed at me for weeks about how ungrateful I was for everything she'd done to forge a relationship with your family. It was not a good time in my life, but I'm still dead weight to my family until I'm married off. That hasn't changed, and since you made it clear that you weren't an option, you know that girl you were bidding against at that auction, Mira Jumarali? The one who thought she could win him? Oh, that's her tongue. The one who thought she could win him with just a couple $100? Ah, thousands for my boy Victor. We'll probably get married next year. Her family works in politics, so it's a good match. Politics, expensive scarves. Once I turn 18, it's just a matter of time. And I always knew I didn't really have any control over my future, but I just thought it wouldn't be as bad if I spent it with you. It's not my fault his parents reacted that way. He shouldn't have had to suffer from my choice. He doesn't need to settle for being someone's husband. He's worth so much more than that. I thought we were just like in agreement that he was just like a creeper. I just wish he'd stop looking at me like that. And I'd never hold any of that against you, boy. Please believe me. I care about you too much to even think of doing that. All I've ever wanted was for us to be like we were. But maybe we'll both always hate me. God, I'm such an idiot. Acting like some lovesick puppy the moment I saw you. Of course you wouldn't want to talk to me. You'd made that clear before, but I didn't want to believe it. Should I apologize? Double down? I really don't know what to say right now. Let's see. I'm sorry you hurt me first. Again, the way String Puller's been doing it, I kind of want their relationship to be mended a little bit. So I'm going to have Boy apologize. I don't think you've ever said that to me before. He gets out his phone now and makes a call. Hi, hello, yes, it's me, Victor Winterbone. He sounds so cheerful, like nothing happened at all. Could you start the Ferris wheel up again? We'd like to get off. Thanks, bye. They'll come to get us down in just a minute. I forgot how easily Victor could do that. Just turn himself on and off like a switch. Once we step out of this car, boy, you'll be free of me forever. That's what you wanted, right? Though I really think you should go back to California now that you got what you came for. I'm sure they'll readmit you. Or don't. I know you'll just do whatever you want, no matter what I say.
I wish I had a view of anything other than Victor right now. For the first time, in what seems like forever, he's not even looking at me. Well, if you don't want to look at Victor, just look to the left or the right. He's probably sitting across from you, right? We're out on the ground now. Finally. Victor hasn't spoken since we got off, but he turns to me now.
Well, boy, good luck. I don't know what you're going to do with what I told you about your father, and I don't want to. I could tell you that whatever it is, it's not a good idea, but I won't waste my breath. What else can I say now? I'm sorry for hurting you 4 years ago, more than I can put into words. Goodbye, and thank you. I finally know how you really feel about me. Now I can try and move on to living without you, I guess. Whatever that means. I love you, boy, and I truly wish you all the best.
He turns away to leave, and doesn't look back. I don't know why, but I can't take my eyes off him as he goes. I wonder what he'll do now. Will he be married to that Mira girl before the year is out? His birthday is on May 31st, so, like he said, it's just a matter of time. Who knows? It's not like I'm gonna find out. I don't think I'll even be invited to the wedding. I wouldn't even want to go. The more important question is, what am I gonna do now? If what Victor said was true, then I have no one left on my side anymore. I'm stuck right in the middle of some grand murder conspiracy that everyone's been keeping from me this whole time. Normally that'd just piss me off, and it does, but... Sorry, I just keep thinking of Victor's face at the moment I called him a creep. He looked so genuinely crushed. If only for that brief second. On that night 4 years ago, I watched Victor cry and plead and shout himself hoarse over my actions, but even then, he never looked at me like that. This time, it was like he no longer believed we had a future together at all. But never mind, don't worry. We can keep going in this branch if you want. The story's not over till it's over, right? I'll be fine if you give me a minute. I just never thought he'd actually leave when I said that to him. Victor has always stuck by my side, no matter what, whether I wanted him to or not. I swear I've said worse to him before. So why was this time any different? Was what I said really that bad? Was I the one being unreasonable here? Suddenly, I don't feel very good. Did he poison us? Was it the carnival food? Victor ending to hate me. Well,